Hi, I'm Bobby. I'm going to be covering the SAT practice test number 4, section number 3, which is 25 minutes, 20 questions, no calculator of math. I'll be breaking this video up into several smaller ones so that it's not one long video, and I'm going to try to get my contact information in the details somewhere, so if you have questions you can reach out to me. So I'll read the question and discuss the answer and hopefully try and give any tips I can along the way. So I'll just hop right in. The first question is, which of the following expressions is equal to 0 for some value of x? And you have A, which is absolute value of x minus 1, B, absolute value of x plus 1, C, 1 minus x plus 1, or D, absolute value of x minus 1 plus 1. And what you want to think of is there any case for x where the equation equals 0? And what you can think to yourself, the important thing to remember about absolute value is that the quantity inside absolute value is always equal to 0 or positive. So in other words, this quantity is always positive unless x equals 1, in which case it's 0. Same thing here. This is always positive, always positive, always positive by definition of what absolute value is. So then you can think to yourself, well, if this is always positive and 1 is always positive, there's no way that it can ever equal 0 if it's always a positive number. That same line of reasoning works for C and works for B, but now if you look at A, this quantity in the absolute value, is always positive, but minus 1 is negative. So you know that there must exist some x where this equation holds true. And if you were to kind of look at it and think about it, if x equals 2, then you're going to have absolute value of 2 minus 1. Minus 1, that's going to be 2 minus 1 is 1, absolute value of 1 is still 1, 1 minus 1, 0, so that's good. The other case, just for completeness, would be if you have x equals to 0, so then you'd have 0 minus 1, absolute value of 0 minus 1 is 1 minus 1, 0. Okay, so that's 1. There. Now, let's go on to number 2. Which is you have a function f of x equals 3/2 x plus b, and you're given that f of 6 equals to 7, and you want to find f of negative 2 equals question mark. So what you could do is say, all right, f of negative 2, okay, that's going to equal 3/2 times negative 2 plus b. Okay, you don't know that because you don't know what b is, but if you look up here, it says f of 6 equals to 7. So you can use this to find what b is. So you'd have 6 times 3/2 plus b equals to 7. So 3 times 6 is 18, divided by 2 is 9. So this is going to be 9 plus b equals to 7. Okay. So subtract 9 from both sides, and you're going to get b equals 7 minus 9 is negative 2. Okay, so now use that over here. So we'll write it again, f of negative 2 equals 3/2 of negative 2, and then plus b, which is minus 2. So it's going to be plus minus 2. Okay. Now 3 times negative 2 is negative 6, divided by 2 is negative 3, so negative 3, then plus minus 2. So minus 3 plus minus 2 is minus 5. Okay, so that's what the answer is, and that is answer A. Okay. Now, 3, you're given two equations, x divided by y equals to 6, and 4 times y plus 1 equals x. And the question is, what is the value of y? So one way that you could do this would be to rearrange this equation and write x equals 6y, okay? And then you can use that here, okay? So now you have 4 times y plus 1 equals x, which is 6y. Okay. Now let's rewrite this equation, distributing the 4. So 4y plus 4 equals 6y. Now we're going to subtract 4y from both sides, so minus 4y minus 4y. And you're going to get 4 equals 6 minus 4 is going to be 2y. So now y equals to 2. Okay, and that's our answer. So that is also A. Sorry, number 3. Right. I want to add, if you look down at the bottom right corner, you can adjust this playback speed of this video. So if I speak too slowly for you, you can speed it up so that you get through the videos faster. Or if I miss something, you could slow it down if you want to see the math at a slower speed. So number 4 is you have f of x equals minus 2x plus 5, and it wants to know what is f of minus 3x equal to. All right. So this is a little bit confusing, and SAT loves to do this. Standardized tests love to do this. They love to try and confuse you. What you're going to want to do is think of this as just another variable. Okay, so call this y. All right. So now it's asking you, what is f of y? Y is just some other variable. Okay, and what this is equal to is minus 2 times something plus 5. The something is just whatever your variable is, which is in our case y. And now you're going to come back in and you're going to substitute what y is, and y is minus 3x. So you're going to have minus 2 times minus 3x plus 5. Now you can multiply this in, and minus 2 times minus 3 is going to be minus minus, which is like plus. So 6x plus 5. Okay? So this is your answer, which is B. And again, SAT loves to do this trick where they'll call your variable in the variable argument. So people might get confused and say, oh, it's minus 3, so it's minus 3 instead of minus 2 or something like this. It's really, they're just trying to trick you here. You could put that x as, instead of writing x, write A or write B or 10 or something like that. Okay. All right, let's do number 5. Okay. And you're going to have an expression which is 3 times 2x plus 1 times 4x plus 1. And the question is, which of the following is equivalent to the expression above? All right, and it gives you a couple different options. What you're going to want to do is just expand this out. And the way that you do that, again, is it's called FOIL in my day, first, outside, inside, last. And what that means is you multiply this to these two, and then you multiply this to these two. Okay, so the way that works, again, is just you're going to have 2x, right, times 4x plus 2x times 1 plus 1 times 4x, 1 times 4x, plus 1 times 1. Okay? And so this is going to be 2 times 4 is going to be 8. X times x is x squared plus 2x plus 4x plus 1. And then that will be 8x squared plus 6x plus 1. And now we have this 3 that we haven't done anything else with. So we need to multiply everything by 3. So the whole expression is going to be 24x squared plus 18x plus 3. Okay. Now, if you look at the solutions available, this is exactly what C is. So C is the answer. I don't know if there's another way to go about this besides just multiplying everything out. All right, let's do one more for this video. So, oh, sorry, 6. Sorry about that. So you're given a fraction. Let's do a different color. You're given a fraction a minus b divided by b equals 3/7. And it says, which of the following must also be true? All right. Before I list you the options, let me just expand this out. So you're going to have a minus b. I'm going to multiply both sides by b. So it's going to be 3/7 b. Now we can add b to both sides. So plus b plus b. That's going to be a equals 3/7 b plus b. And we can pull out a b. So we're going to be 3/7 plus 1. Okay, and we can simplify this term here because 1, another way to write 1 is 1 equals 7/7. Okay, so we're going to have b times 3 divided by 7 plus 7 divided by 7, and this is going to be 3 plus 7 is 10, so, and then you don't, add the denominator or anything. So this is equals to a, okay? So that's just something that we know going forward, okay? And now if you look at the options, what's true? So a is a divided by b equals minus 4/7. B is a divided by b is 10/7. C is a plus b divided by b is 10/7, and D is something else also. But really, you can stop by if you say, okay, a equals b times 10 divided by 7. So a divided by b equals 10/7, and this is just what b is. So B is the correct answer. All right, I'm going to stop here. Make another video for the second section, so probably 7 to 14, and I hope I'll see you guys over there.